Well, hello. Here we have the amazing, fantabulous, spectacular Bev Francis Weinberger on the Fitting It In with Heather Foster. And Bev is more than just a legend. They're just no words. And I say this all the time because we've had conversations, and I tell you how amazing you are, even though I don't like you. But you are amazing. I love you. You are amazing. So I want to introduce, everyone knows you, Bev Francis Weinberger. Applause and everything. All right, I love you. So how about we start with talking about your age? And I only say that because you look amazing, and when they say 80 is the new 20, which I'm exaggerating, like you just look really amazing. And it kind of speaks to the fact that when you're fit or when you're in sports or when you're active, you're pretty much staying younger, younger looking, younger feeling, even though we have some aches and pains here and there. But we are the only ones that pretty much know about it. So talk to me about how old you are and how old you feel, because those are the two different differences,
Definitely.
obviously.
Yeah, well, I'm 65. My
Incredible.
birthday's in February. So I've been on this planet for a while now. And feeling wise, I mean, I've certainly had my aches and pains, as you may have said. I'm 14 orthopedic surgeries and many, many injuries. But I feel great. I attribute that mainly to a lifetime of training. And I say a lifetime because I was, into sport and activities and just movement from the time I could move, from the time I
Right.
came out of my mum screaming, "Help
Wow.
me, let me move." Um, uh, and in the latter years, and when I say latter years, probably the last 30 years of,
Right.
really watching your diet and eating well. That's just so important. You can exercise all you want, and if you eat shit, you're going to look like shit.
Right. Right. No, I agree with that. So, what got you into sports? Because I know you are amazing bodybuilder, but just in speaking to you, we've come to understand that there's just so many things that you have done. So, what different types of sports have you done outside of bodybuilding?
Okay. The sports is just, as I said, I just love movement from whenever. And I couldn't imagine a life without it. I did sports because I loved them. That was my motive. And it still is my motive for training because I love it.
Right.
Um, but competitively, well, I guess it depends on what level competitively. In high school, I played for the high school teams, and I did whatever was available at that stage. Softball, basketball, field hockey, netball, um, athletics, of course, track and field, a little bit of swimming. But and then when I went to university, I rowed. I was in a four and a pair, and rowed into varsity rowing. I did volleyball into varsity and track and field into varsity. But I never considered myself an athlete.
Why
Um,
would you after doing such little amounts of sports? I mean, what is what,
because I
15,
wasn't
20
great.
sports to a Beth Francis?
I was one of those kids that was good at everything. Any sport I'd pick up, I'd pick up a tennis racket and I could hit it pretty well. I could play football with the boys. I could do anything really. I was one of the best on the monkey bars when I was little. I just was always good, but I was never like great. I was never the best. In the school sports, I might win. I'd win at high school. I'd win the long jump and
Right.
maybe the javelin, but then I'd come second in this and third in this, and then when we'd go to higher levels, the interstate type sports, then I wouldn't win. So I didn't consider that I was any good. I just
You
figured
didn't,
I was
but
an also ran. Yeah, I did it because I
everyone
loved
else
it,
did.
and that was good enough.